I'm going to go ahead and hit record. Thank you guys for getting on. Volume's something that we don't talk about enough, and a lot of the reason is because it is kind of confusing. It's hard to sign up a new coach and then throw them all this information about volume, simply because volume doesn't really matter until you hit Emerald. But it's good to know, and if you are Emerald, you need to know it so that you can see where you can go with your team cycle bonus, but it's also to show you that you need to get to Diamond, because when you get to Diamond, your income's going to go up, your team cycle bonus is going to go up, and you can really see where you max out at Emerald rank, I think $250 for a team cycle bonus. I might be wrong about that, but I think I'm right. You max out at a certain rank for volume. So I'm pretty sure for Emerald it's 250. And then for Diamond, I don't remember what it is. It doesn't matter. But so if you're not Emerald yet, then this will hopefully help you to see why you need to get there. And then it's also, like I said, just going to help you guys that are going for Diamond. It's going to help you to see like where you can go and where you can grow with your volume. Because we all want residual income. Like we all want, and that's where you're building. Christina says, or has said, you know, you want to build deep. You don't want to build wide. I mean, yeah, you have to build wide to an extent, but you want to build deep, because the depth of your team, I don't care if you're signing, it doesn't matter if you're signing 10 coaches a month. It doesn't matter if you're hitting Success Club 24 a month. That doesn't grow your team unless you're helping your team to do the things that you're doing, and you're helping them hit Success Club, and you're helping them sign coaches, you're helping them get to Emerald. So those are all the things that are going to help you build volume and generate the volume. Because, okay, so let's just start out talking about, and Jamie can she can chime in on some of this, because it just gets a little hard to explain sometimes, especially without a diagram. I'm going to just try to do it just talking you through it. So they kind of made some easier ways to look at it when we were at leadership. So everybody knows we have two legs. You have a right and a left leg. Beachbody pays out 2 to 1. Okay. So that's 300 points. Okay. It's going to go 200 to 100 is what they pay out. It's a 300 point system as a cycle. It just is what it is. So on your strong leg, you're going, I just echoed, you're going to, is the higher one. So whatever leg you're on of your upline coach, that's your strong leg. Okay. So, you can talk to me about that later, or whoever your upline is, if you need to know what leg you're on. I'm on Jamie's right. Therefore, my right leg is a powerhouse, because Jamie is on Christina's right. Christina's right leg is her strong leg. Christina's right leg is a freaking powerhouse. Therefore, I have an ungodly amount of carryover volume on my right leg, which I'm going to show you my Coach Online office so you can actually see my volume and where I stand and how it works out in cycles. Or I'm going to try to do that. So if let's say you have 400 points. Okay, so points come from Shakeology. Points come from anytime somebody orders Energize, Shakeology, they sign a coach up, they sell a challenge pack, it generates volume. So anybody on that leg is going to, if you're on my left leg, and you have a team obviously on that leg, then anybody underneath that leg is generating volume. So we help each other. So every time somebody sells something or gets a new coach going or whatever, that's generating volume for you guys. That is kind of why it's Team Beachbody. That's another reason, because we're just all helping each other with volume in your downline. So even though you don't know that, if you go to your genealogy and look at it, it's confusing as heck, especially if you don't know what you're looking at. But if you go to your downline and look at your genealogy, you can see kind of how that would play out. Again, that's not really relevant. So on your weak leg, so let's say you have 400 on your weak leg. Okay, remember it's 2 to 1. So let's say you have 1,000 on your right leg. Okay, my right leg's my strong. If you guys aren't following me, just say something. But so on my left leg, if I have 400, I can only cycle 4 times. because it's going to pull 100 and it's going to pull 200 and it's going to pull 100 and then it's going to pull 200 for my strong, and then it's going to pull another 100, and then I'm left with nothing after it cycles 4 times, okay? Because now I don't have anything left from this. This leg still has volume because it's my strong leg and it has a ton of volume, but I've emptied it from this leg, okay? So I'm only able to cycle 4 times. So say I had, sorry, I'm going to mute you, Jamie. I'm just getting some background. So say I had 1,000. Say I had 1,000 on this left leg, and then I had like 3,000 on my right, okay? Or 4 or 5,000 or whatever. So I'm going to cycle 10 times on my left, okay? Because it's 2 to 1. So the object of this game is to get, you want to have double the volume on your strong leg as you do on your left. Once you start to, this is why you need to get to emerald. This is why I know you guys are, some of you guys are pushing to diamond, because you don't, it's hard to understand until you actually get there and you see your volume, because your volume is going to be the bulk of your income. If you don't, once, like I said, and it seems hard until you get there, but it's totally doable, and it's just watching that volume. So let's break it down and say that, so I want everybody to think about their freedom number. What is your freedom number per week? Because every single week is where you get paid out every week. And then that's when the cycle, that's when it like starts over, right? So every week you start fresh. It's Thursday morning rolls around, or Wednesday night at midnight, or whatever, however you want to look at it. So it goes Thursday to Wednesday night. That's our week for Beachbody. So you have a full week of cycling and volume and whatever. So what's your freedom number? What is the number that you would love to be earning right now? Write it down. Yeah, you do. Write that number down. And so say that number is, let's just say it's, let's just like go really. Yes. Okay. So we're doing $1,000 because I was going to do $1,000 anyways. And Jess is saying 1,000. Okay. So $1,000 a week, right? So if you're doing that, you're going to break it down. Okay. So let's go through this really quick. So as an Emerald coach, one cycle bonus, one cycle is $14. Okay. As a Ruby, which it doesn't really matter. Most people don't hit Ruby because you just don't, because most people go straight from Emerald to Diamond. So Ruby 16 and then Diamond is 18. So even though I'm a 1-star Diamond, because I have Jessica underneath me as a Diamond, I'm only going to cycle, I'm only going to get 18. It never goes up from there. But it doesn't matter because my volume grows. And as I continue to work my business, my volume grows. And as I continue to put coaches on my weak leg and do the vital behaviors, my volume grows. Okay, so let's say $1,000 a week is what is your freedom number. So in order to get to your $1,000 at $18 a cycle, you would have to cycle 56 to 57 times, which maybe seems like a lot, but it's really not once you get, you know, a team underneath you who's working, who's again, and you're teaching them and they're like learning to do exactly what we're doing. And they kind of broke it down and like said, okay, that would be in your downline, that would be like 50 Shakeology orders on HD, meaning that's your coaches. That's not 50 people who are ordering Shakeology underneath you. That might be 50 orders of Shakeology in your downline on that leg. Okay. That's really not that many. If you have, you know, let's say you had 10 coaches on that leg and they all had so many coaches and then they all had so many, and it's really not that much. So that kind of hopefully helps you guys. And that's all it is. And whatever doesn't get taken from that strong leg, because for example, and I'm going to show you in a second, my strong leg is so strong that I like literally can't get it all. So there's a ton of carryover volume over there that just stays. And it's basically like banked here waiting for me to like take from it. But in order for me to take from that volume, I have to build my left leg, because once this hits 0 over here, like I'm done. Like I'm done cycling. I'm done until next week. And that carryover volume goes to carryover volume, and we start fresh at 0 with both legs. But my right leg just jumps up right away because, again, it's such a strong leg. So I'm going to try to share my screen really quick, just so you guys can see, because you need to know this when you're going into your Coach Online office. So 1 second. Hopefully this doesn't screw anything up. See, I don't know what I'm doing, Jamie. Jamie. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. 1 moment. I'm really slow at this. Okay. Can you guys see something there, Beachbody? Everybody see that? No?
No, it's white screen.
White screen. How do I get it to not say that? Hold on. Oh, I got you. I got you.
There. Now we see it.
Is this appropriate, you guys?
Okay. I'm so sorry. Oh, of course. Can you guys see that? Yes. Jamie.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out how to make sure everybody's muted.
Okay.
So they can
I
hear.
can't see you guys. That's why I'm like, I can't even see your faces right now.
Okay.
Everybody good? Good. Okay, so you're going to go to your Coach Online office, and this is going to pop up. You all should know this. And if you need help with that, then navigating, let us know. So I'm always going to check this. I'm going to go to my volume. Okay, so as you can see, so I have 1,229, which means I'm going to cycle 12 times at this point in the week. It's only Monday, so I have a couple more days. It's hard to say how many cycles or whatever is gonna go.
No. In here or go to night.
Sorry, hold on. Okay. So you can see that, look at my carryover volume. So right now I had carryover 36 from last week, and then that took me to 1,229 because I had 1,193 so far. So you can see that my right leg is at 3,154. Okay, so see how it's kind of like double, but then this is gonna it'll go even higher in the next few days. But look at this 731,000. So I've been a coach for going on 5 years. Do you know how much money is sitting in this thing that I can't get out? Like if you could multiply I don't even know how to do the math, but it's an ungodly amount of money that's sitting there. And once it hits 1 million, I'm pretty sure it flushes, and it just becomes non-existent. And it kind of stinks, but it's just the way it is. So you can go even further, you can pull it up here. I don't know. This might help you guys, and I can go look at my carryover. And this goes through the weeks, and this might be kind of confusing, but this just shows where I am right now. And it shows where my right is, and I can click on this and it'll actually tell me who has gave me that volume, for that. So you guys might see some of your names up here. So it's kind of interesting because I can just go all the way down and check it. So that's pretty much all as far as on the Coach Online office I think that you guys need to know. I can't think of anything else as far as that goes with the volume. That's pretty much what I look at. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Jamie, did you have anything on that?
No, I mean, I have a little diagram that I did the other day that kind of helps to explain how it looks when you do the cycles, because I think that's hard to understand. And I don't know if I can get it. Let me see if they can see. Let me just flip it real quick. Can you guys see if I put this paper right here? Can you guys see this on my screen?
Kind of, yeah. Sort of.
Okay, so basically I'm just showing this is my left side and this is my right side. So I just threw out, because when you build your business, if my right leg is my strong legs, am I echoing real bad?
No.
Okay. So if my right leg is my strongest, it's going to be automatic. Sorry, it's going to be automatic. Can you hear me?
Yes.
That's
You
weird.
sound good.
That's weird. So it's going to be automatically doing that. I'm getting a lot of echo. I can't even hear. All right, anyway, I'll try it. But if I'm building on my right leg, then you can see that I'm going to want to build my volume up. So Tabitha said we'd like it to be almost, half, because then you're going to cycle as much. But I just use this. So you can see that each one of these, when you take 100, 200, that's 14. And I did it on Emerald. So you can see how it breaks down. So there's one cycle, 200, 100, 200, 100, two cycles. So they're subtracting it each time. So obviously, if you see 1100, you're going to cycle, 11 times. But basically, it's going to show you that. Does that make sense to everybody? Kind of how that each time you hit it? Because I know for people who are just starting, like, it's kind of like, what do you mean when you cycle? And to me, it's better to look at it like graphically, and not to get caught up on challenge packs only, because I think that was what I did. I mean, if you sell an Energize, it's volume. If you sell anything, it's volume.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. That was kind of like, for me, that was graphically, but I can't think of anything more on the office that you can show.
I mean, I hope that doesn't like discourage anyone, but I think that like you need to hear it no matter where you are, because it is how you're going to earn money. And it is long-term, because like I said, it doesn't matter. I can hit Success Club 20 and yeah, that brings me income right now. And maybe they were coaches or maybe they were customers or whatever, but that doesn't bring me any more income. I mean, if they stay on HD, yeah, it might bring me some, but I mean, it's just about, really building long-term. Because if you look at it, that's what's good to focus on. Think about that goal and think about long-term, because that's why I think coaches, again, they quit, because it's like you want to sell. And I talked to a girl today and I think she's great. I think she would make such a good coach. And she's like, so I'm like 43 years old and like, I just don't think I can sell. Like, so you're wanting me to sell this stuff. I'm like, and I've talked to her and I've added her to my coach group, and it's not like I'm just like I've given her the tools, and I'm just like, no, it's about sharing and all these things. But anyways, I think it's good just to have the mindset of like, okay, long-term, like, so what? We always say this, but so what in 5 years? Like, okay, in 5 years, if I'm making $1,000 every single week just by team cycle bonus, isn't that worth it? Like, isn't that worth building your business to have that like residual income, and to also be like doing all the other things that we get to do as coaches, and being healthier and whatever. So that's really all I have to say about that. It could go more in depth. I mean, it gets a little hairy when you start talking about adding your spouse and signing your spouse up, and how you can generate volume through him and almost double dip with the volume if he's on your weak leg and you need volume on your weak leg. But I'm not even going to go there, because I think that's enough for now. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I had. I tagged most of my leaders in Ashley's call or Ashley's live that I had posted at NLC, but I listened to it again this morning on my way to work, because I was feeling like I needed a bit of like a boost. And I love it. It's so good. Like, I even heard it live, but I heard it in real life, but I watched it again. So hopefully you guys saw that or took the time to watch that, because it's just basically about you being responsible for your success, and you being the one who, is really going to determine if you succeed. It's all about mindset, and I think I needed that today on this Monday. So, okay, so we need to talk about coach camp details. We don't need to do it now, but I want to get with you guys, and I'm going to probably drive, and we're going to have to at least take another car, if not 2 more cars. So anybody else who can volunteer to drive would be great, or if someone is willing to drive. I can fit 5, but with like our bags and stuff, I'm afraid I have a 3rd row, but I'm afraid it's not going to be enough room. And I'm thinking we're going to leave. Local coaches can come to my house, or we can meet in Ramsey if that's convenient. You can leave, or I can try to get you if you're close. And then we're going to go through Pana. And then, so somehow if that fits into anybody's, we'll figure that out. But I know like Jess is coming from Nocoma, so she'll go to Pana, and Jennifer, and I don't know exactly how we're doing this. So that's that. The Emerald call is tomorrow night. So I will post the link for that when we get off of here. I'm going to run that tomorrow night at 8:00. So any coaches who are trying to hit Emerald, you should get on there, just because we're going to talk about why it's important and how to do it. Anybody else have anything?
I think, and I want to say too, because I was going to go off a little bit of what you said, but I think that when you're talking about this business and you're talking about the longevity and building residual income, like I was, and this weekend got away from me, but just, I think it's important that you keep in mind, like, that your consistency is what's going to do that. I've had people that I think are very, very capable of killing this business, but they kill themselves instead. Like, they just are constantly, you can invite everybody under the sun, but if you're not living it as a part of your life and they don't see that, then they're not going to trust you. And I just told Tabitha, like, it was kind of crazy because this guy that was in my youth group years back just like reached out of the blue and was like, hey, I need to lose weight. And I think he's probably going to end up doing the on demand, but the whole thing was, I sat there afterwards and I'm like, that was like, he wasn't going to go to the gym. He didn't think I'm going to the gym. He thought I'm going to call Jamie and ask her. And I was like, well, that was just kind of a cool thing for me to realize that it's because it's not because I'm doing things perfect, or because I have this totally muscular, super fit body, or because, it's because every day they're seeing it show up. And I have never invited him. And there are a lot of people I haven't invited that have reached out to me. So it's, yes, the invites are important, but being accountable to yourself is more important than anything you can sell. Selling doesn't work unless you are doing, and that's why they talk about the vital behaviors. If you are not being a product of the product, it doesn't matter what you do. They have to see it. And I'm watching the girls, a lot of you on your stories, and I'm just loving it, because my whole story, it's like I go through and I'm like, there's Carrie, there's Linda, there's Carlita, it's like I wake up in the morning and I see you guys, and I know that you're doing it, and your business is going to be more successful because you're doing those things and because you're consistent, and you don't feel like quitting when you're consistent. And so this whole, like, I'm not making money and so I'm going to quit thing, fine. Because if that's the only reason you're here, then you're going to do that eventually anyway. You're going to make money eventually. And that's what we're talking about, the residual. So when you do sell, have a challenge pack, you follow through with them, you're keeping them in your challenge group, you're catching up with them, you're checking in with them. And then they become a really good coach because you've been a really good coach and you're taught them. And so I just think, like, yes, building your team is more important than the $40 commission at the end of the day, because you're building your team, you're building, your own business, and so I don't know, like, I just think it's because my mindset's been very wonky. I don't know if I'm going through like post basketball stress syndrome or what it is, but like we're like Hillsboro's playing tonight and I'm just like, Brady's sending me updates and I'm just like, just been in a crappy mood all day. And so I don't know if that's what it is, but it's like, yeah. And you know what I didn't do today? I didn't get up and do my stuff. And I'm telling you, like, I can tell it. So I just think the volume and all of these things are good to know because you're going to have to know them, but it's important to do the things and ask the questions. Like, if you're trying to place a coach, ask, because we can show you how to do it, because I didn't. And I would say for the first year of my business, I remember coach camp that I found out that I had completely been building my business the entirely wrong way like I was putting everybody on my strong leg. And if I had done it differently, do you realize like my income would probably be like insane, but I'm okay because I'm doing it now. It's just a little bit slower. But yeah, so you just have to keep, sharing your own passion and sharing it with people that you're bringing on the team. And if they want to do it, they do it.
True that.
True that.
Okay,
and I'm going to go crawl in bed. No.
I'm like dragging today. I don't know. I need some like mojo, some kind of juice. Not energized because then I won't sleep. Okay, I'm going to take a picture really quick because my internet worked, you guys.
Yay.
It's my hotspot, not my internet, so. Okay, everybody say cheese. We have so many on the call tonight. I'm so pumped. I stink at taking these, by the way. Okay, hold on. I'm working on it. Okay, smile. One more time. I got it.
Did you get it?
I did. I stink at taking this because it's like a weird angle you can't.
Well, and I was so dark. I didn't realize. I'm still in my pajamas. I missed a Monday. I'm going to tell you that.
Well, that's your pose. That's going to be your pose.
I'm still in the dang pajamas.
I haven't posted in 2 days, so let's talk about
I haven't either. Hardly. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right.
Okay, y'all.
There's that VIP call if you guys can get on it for the ones going. And you can still go to coach camp. If you are on here and you want to go, you can still go. So you just can't get VIP, but you can still go.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, and then tomorrow night I'll post the link for the Emerald call for those of you who are jumping on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, good night, you guys.
Did we lose her?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Bye.